Welcome back to our video series called Why Software Escrow. This is where we discuss the real-world impact of software failure and how businesses can safeguard themselves against these risks. Today, we're diving into a recent crisis, the South African Weather Services, SAWS, and there's a cyber attack that occurred, a critical system failure that left South Africa's aviation sector in turmoil for over a month. With me is Guy Krieger, a software escrow expert and legal counsel at Escrow. Guy, let's talk about what happened and how it could have been prevented.
Well, Anthony, SAWS fell victim to a ransom attack that took down their systems for more than a month. Their technical team later admitted that restoring the system was critical for the aviation sector, which just tells you how serious the impact was. Now think about this. Without real-time weather updates, aviation authorities couldn't properly track severe weather conditions, increasing flight risks for pilots, airlines, and passengers. It wasn't just a matter of business disruption, this was a public safety issue.
So this just wasn't about inconvenience. It was a high-stakes failure.
Exactly. If you've ever flown in or out of OR Tambo Airport late on a summer afternoon, you will know how sudden and severe these thunderstorms can be, and pilots rely on real-time meteorological data to safely navigate these conditions. When SAWS went down, that vital safety net was compromised.
This wasn't just a temporary glitch. It was weeks of operational paralysis, putting aviation safety at risk and disrupting businesses dependent on SAWS services.
Absolutely. And the thing is, SAWS wasn't the first to experience this kind of crisis. I recently discussed a similar incident in a major banking sector where a software provider was hacked. The hackers even infiltrated and encrypted their backup, which was part of their system and not off-site. So their only option, well, pay the ransom or rebuild their entire system from an outdated version of their code that they found languishing in a desk drawer. Well, it took them 2 weeks, cost them millions, not to mention the trust of some of their clients, and they did in fact lose some of the banking clients.
That's staggering. And Guy, in SAWS' case, after a month, were they still struggling to recover?
That's right. Without a pre-established recovery plan, every hour, every day, every week of downtime magnifies the damage to your business or your service.
Okay, let's talk solutions. How could software escrow have prevented this?
This is where software escrow comes in as a game changer. If SAWS had a software escrow agreement in place, they wouldn't be scrambling to rebuild their systems from scratch. Instead, they could have simply restored a verified, up-to-date version of their software, bypassing the hackers entirely and ensuring continuity.
Wow, so you're saying they could have avoided weeks of chaos with one proactive step?
Exactly. Software escrow ensures that an organization always has access to its mission-critical applications, even if the vendor is hacked, goes bankrupt, or just disappears. Here's how it works. The software vendor deposits a secure, tested copy of their source code with an independent escrow provider like Escrow. If the vendor fails, whether due to cyber attacks, insolvency, or legal issues, the software is immediately released to the client. This means zero downtime, no ransom payments, and mitigated loss of revenue and reputational damage.
Cyber attacks, system failures, vendor insolvencies. These are not hypothetical risks. If your business relies on third-party software, you need to ask yourself one question. What would happen if your software vendor disappeared tomorrow? Would you be able to recover instantly? Or would you, like SAWS, be left rebuilding for weeks?
Software escrow isn't just a precaution. It's a business-critical necessity. The SAWS disaster was avoidable. Let's not wait for another high-profile failure to take action. Secure your software, secure your business, secure your future.
A powerful message. If your business depends on software, you need software escrow. Want to protect your operations from vendor failure, cyber attacks, or insolvency? Let's talk. Visit escrowsure.co.za or contact us today to learn how software escrow can safeguard your business. So let's stay protected. Let's stay resilient. We'll see you in the next one.